Observing myself as a critical reader. This is the first year or the first semester that I have had to use the reader response theory in my life. Throughout high school, I never had to use it, so it was entirely new to me. This semester, we had to use it a lot, and the repetition of using the reader response theory helped me get a grasp on how to effectively use it. One example of when I used the reader response theory was for the cask of Amontillado, something that I never really understood in the past was how rereading a story can give you much more information. The first read only really gives you a general idea, whereas the second or even third read gives you the specifics and the details of what's happening in the story. Another thing from rereading you get is a better idea of what the message is for the author. Critical reading now is much more in-depth and honestly more difficult in my opinion than reader response. We had to use it throughout this semester, but not as often as reader response. My biggest experience with the critical reading idea, it was for F. Scott Fitzgerald's Winter Dreams. Fitzgerald writing was well done and made for a fun read and a fun analysis. Searching for metaphors and other writing devices was tough for some stories, but after reading and rereading Winter Dreams, it really wasn't bad. I was able to find the biggest metaphor, in my opinion, was how the title of the story was Winter Dreams, and Dexter actually had these winter dreams. They were symbolic of his dreams to play golf with Mr. Hendrick and win. For digital tools, I never really used a blog in my high school career, and so that was entirely new to me. It was interesting to try and put my thoughts down into a blog on a weekly basis and just say what I was thinking about the book I was reading. Personally, I didn't like the blog, but it definitely made for an interesting new experience for me. This class is actually very applicable in my other classes, as I think most English classes are. The biggest application in another class would be for my business class, Organization Management. This class, Experiencing Literature, has helped me with my critical reading and analysis of documents. And in organization management and in business in general, that is a frequent activity, would be analyzing documents. So this has helped me read documents quicker and try and figure out their meaning in a quicker and more efficient manner. Critical thinking is a universal skill that this class teaches, and it is useful in daily life as well as any class. Thinking quicker on your feet and being able to come up with an analysis of really anything, any situation or document, is very useful and is something that should not be taken for granted with this class. It has helped me a lot in my other classes being able to think critically about problems. My biggest challenge with this class would be an internal problem for me, and that would be my work ethic. I really don't have one. I made it through high school barely trying, barely doing any homework because I was able to score highly on tests. But with your class, there really were no tests. There were some reading quizzes, but no big exams, and there was a lot of homework, which is the opposite of my ideal situation. So I really did enjoy this class, but it was tough for me because I didn't have a work ethic and I was not prepared for this. My most memorable moment would be the free read for the Silmarillion because I love Tolkien personally and I've read everything now that he's ever written. My aha moment was during Winter Dreams when I realized how similar it was to Great Gatsby and then later learned that it was actually appeared to be a preceding of The Great Gatsby. This is me observing myself as a critical reader.